Hello, I'm Taz and welcome back to my YouTube channel. Today we are going to be recording episode 5 of our save file build series and building a home for some of your Sims. If you do not know, in the Sims 4 I am building my first ever save file, and what that means is for each and every lot, community and residential lots, I'm going to be building, rebuilding the new lots, so replacing every single one in every single world in the Sims 4. However, I am not that good at creating a Sim, so I've given you lot the challenge, well, not really a challenge, but the mission to create some Sims for me. They can be a single Sim, they can be a couple, they can be a family, they can be a group of Sims, whatever kind of Sims you would like. Upload them to the gallery with the hashtag Tazkabaz save file and make sure you give them a backstory that I can work with, and I will build them a house based on their dislikes, their likes, hobbies, things like that. If you do enjoy the video, then please give it a like, let me know what you think down in the comment section, and hit that subscribe button if you want to see more. Let me introduce you to the family we are going to be building a house for today. Okay, so this is the Nixon family, created by Fruitish on the gallery, which if you've been at my Twitch streams, you will know Fruitish as my friend and mod. Mark is another Twitch streamer and friend of mine, so do check Mark out. And the Nixon family consists of Kobe Derek Nixon and his husband Marcel Nixon, and then we have got their daughter Lily Ann Nixon and their adorable cat Boogie, and they honestly have the most adorable, lovely backstory ever. So Kobe is a successful artist. It is his passion, he loves to do it. However, he had been searching his entire life, as he really felt like there was just something missing in his life, and he wanted to know what that was. Now Marcel, on the other hand, is a musician. He would go on tour and he was the life of the party. I would imagine quite outgoing, quite an extroverted character. He wanted to tour the world and meet all of his adoring fans, and he wasn't really ready to settle down. However, after his gig at the Grand Sim Stadium, he then bumped into Kobe, and that was where they both realized the connection they had, and they decided to pursue a relationship. 9 years has passed since that day, and they were married for 7 of those years, and now, thanks to their surrogate best friend and advancements in DNA and scientific development, they now have their daughter Lillian, who I believe is around 6 years of age, and they have both decided that now that Lillian is a little bit older and going to school, they want to pursue their passions that once more. So with the support of his family, Marcel wants to go back into the music industry and make it big as a musician, and as she's been growing up, Kobe has been teaching Lillian everything that he knows about art, and he's now thinking of setting up his own art class for children so that he can spend more time with Lillian, and as well as that, teach other children everything about art and teach them how to become artists just like him, so he can share his passion onto other children as they grow up as well. And not only is Lillian a lover of art like her dad Kobe, but she also loves to explore the neighborhood with her cat Boogie, where they will chase butterflies in the park and collect frogs as well, which is just super cute, and just even imagining that is just adorable. And I just love the message that Mark put at the end of his little story here. He put, "This is the new normal. People are people no matter who they choose to love," and it is so incredibly true. So I'm super excited to move the Nixon family into their new home. Okay, so we are going to be moving the Nixon family into Bargain Bend, which is the final lot in this particular small neighborhood in Willow Creek. Also, I think I'm going to give them a pretty hefty starting fund, as Marcel had a career as a musician. Obviously, he doesn't do that anymore, but I feel like he would have built up a certain amount with going on tours and everything, and Kobe's quite a successful artist, so I think we're going to give them a decent starting fund, because I do want to give them quite a large home as well. The home opposite to them as well that I built in episode 4 is quite large at the end of the road as well, so I feel like we'll have these two kind of large homes in this neighborhood for both families. Okay, so here we are working on our next save file build, and I'm super excited because it means we finished the first neighborhood of Willow Creek, and I feel like that is a milestone. Like, I'm not gonna lie, sometimes working on like big projects like this can be quite intimidating, for me especially. So the fact that I have already finished the first kind of little borough, the little neighborhood in Willow Creek, is quite fun for me and really exciting for me as well. I'm super excited to do this save file as it is, so being able to finish the first bit is quite good for me. And this build, I'm not gonna lie, I actually chopped and changed it quite a few times. So what you see now, I think, is the 3rd time I started building it. So the first time I kind of went for a cottagey look to it, sort of similar to some of the first save file build. And then the second one, I was like, oh, I might try doing like a modern build. And then I was like, do you know what? Let's scrap that. It kind of looks completely different to everything else in the neighborhood. And I didn't want it to stand out. I wanted it to fit in and be very similar in kind of style to the other builds. So I'm very happy with how it did turn out in the end. And the story behind Kobe and Marcel is just beautiful. Now, I actually watched Mark creating the Sims in his stream. So Mark streams, I think it's 8 a.m. GMT, but because he's from South Africa, I think it's 10 a.m. for him. And he made the Sims on his stream, so you could probably go and check back on the VOD, I think, if it is still up. And they've just got a fantastic backstory. I did really, really want to put them into a home that they would love, and I kind of didn't originally want to move them into Willow Creek. I wanted to move them into somewhere like maybe the Get Famous world. What's it called? Damishono? No. What's the Get Famous world called? I can't think of it. Somewhere like that. But I just wanted to move them into a home because I really love the backstory and their child as well, Lillian. I just wanted to get them into the home and make a lovely, lovely home for them. And I'm super happy with how it did turn out. I probably could have given them more funds as well, so I might go back and change that because I can't remember the starting funds that I have given. However, we do have enough money to make them a big house. I think I gave them 70 or 80,000 to build the house. So a decent amount. So basically the story behind it, you've got Marcel, who was a musician. So you can imagine maybe not Justin Bieber kind of level, but quite high up because he was going on tours, he was meeting fans, things like this. He was a successful musician. He then met Kobe, who is an artist, loves everything about art, and they meet in a bar and they're both kind of meet eye to eye, and they realise that they have this connection and they want to pursue their relationship. So then their jobs, I suppose, well, not their jobs, but like their passions, I imagine, take a back seat because they want to focus on family life. They get married. They've been together, was it 7 years? 9 years? 9 years together and 7 years married. They then decide 3 years into that, or two, I'm getting mixed up with the story now. 2 years into it, they then decide to have a child. And so their friend Rain decides to step in and be their surrogate. And thanks to advancements in like scientific DNA, I don't really know too much about it. But thanks to all of that, they then have Lillian. And Lillian, at this current stage of where we are in the world now, and where they're at moving in, Lillian is 6 years old. So I imagine in primary school. Yeah, in England it will be primary school, I think. Like year 1, year 2, something along those lines. So as Lillian is now at that age where she is in school and a lot of her time is going to be taken up with studies and things like that, Marcel decides that he wants to focus on his music career still once again and start producing music, maybe go on a few tours, but obviously still, I think, prioritise his family. And Kobe wants to start up a art class for children, maybe even at Lillian's school where he can spend time with her, or maybe even as a hobby, like a after school hobby, where, yeah, he can teach other children all about music and not all about music, I'm getting mixed up now, all about art, and teach them, to become the next Picasso. But it's quite cute. It is really, really cute because Lillian loves to do art with her dad Kobe, and I'd imagine that her dad Marcel would maybe teach her some music also. Also the garage in here as well, so I did a separate garage because what I wanted to do was I wanted to have it as like, maybe it's been it was a garage, but then they converted it into a space outside for activities and everything. And I ended up splitting the garage into 2 separate parts. So there is Kobe's side where he's got his easel and art, different things, and there's a desk for him to draw out different things as well. And then there's Marcel's side with music production things and a guitar and a piano and everything like that. So that was a big feature in adding to the house. And I think it did turn out really well. And the kitchen, it's a very open plan downstairs as well here. So they come in to the front hallway come through the archway into the kitchen, and it's a bright kitchen. I used the Parenthood counters and cabinets, which Parenthood is probably one of my favourite packs. Just the build items, I think obviously it does add a lot to gameplay, but as so many of you know, I don't do lots and lots of gameplay. But not only does it add to the gameplay, but it also adds a lot to building, because some of those build items are some of my favourites in the game, and I really do like what it adds. I also added this open plan lounge living space as well for them to sit and watch TV together as a family, maybe even watch some of Marcel's music shows, things like that. I thought that could be quite cute. Just a nice little family area also. And Lillian as well, and her cat Boogie. I thought this was really sweet of Mark too, because if you do not know, Mark also has a cat named Boogie, so I think that he did create the cat after his cat, which is so sweet and so adorable. I actually I always forget about the animals, so I did end up adding like all the different cat bits at the end, near the end, which reminds me, I forgot to add a litter tray in episode 4's build. Is it episode 4 or 5? What are we on now? In the last save file episode, so I will go back and add that. Thank you lot also for pointing out when I do forget things and reminding me, because I don't do gameplay and I do forget that cats need a litter tray to do their business. So big thank you to everybody that has been reminding me of different things that I might have missed. I appreciate it so much. Also, I know a lot of you said in the last video that you do like the being on camera, me talking on camera when we do these types of speed builds. So I'm going to keep that up. However, if I do have a day where I'm not feeling like being on camera, then obviously I will say, and I will just do a voiceover. But it's quite nice to be able to have the option to do that, which is really good. And another thing that I wanted to say as well is that in this particular one, I didn't do the first person walkthrough because it kind of makes me feel dizzy sometimes, so I didn't do it on this one. I actually recorded this yesterday and I wasn't feeling 100%, so I didn't do the first person walkthrough, but I might do it for some and I might not do it for others. But it's always good to hear your feedback, so thank you everyone on the last video that gave feedback about the webcam and having the webcam voiceover and everything like that. So now the garage is kind of taken shape and it's looking like it has been, you know, rebuilt for them to do their activities in, so the easel. And I did a little bit of a switcheroo here. I think to begin with I had the art in the other room, and I've now moved it over to the left room, I think. And I think it stays this way. I also added a microphone as well for Marcel to do singing and things like that. Now, going back to Lillian, what we know about Lillian is that her and Boogie love to go to the park. They love to chase butterflies and also catch and collect frogs. So in the main house, I did end up putting a few of those. I can't remember which pack they're in, if they're in seasons or what they're in. But you can get frogs in like a cute little, like one of those collectible things. I think it's, maybe you unlock them. I'm not 100% sure how it works, but I did end up adding a few frogs into the build, and I also added a frog fountain in the back garden. Now here we are doing Lillian's bedroom, and it has taken shape. Obviously she is at school. She would be in the game a child, not a toddler anymore. She'd be considered a child, so she'd be going to elementary school. So I wanted to put some toys in here as well as putting a desk where she can do all of her studies and everything like that. Obviously, like with all of the other save file houses, if you do decide to play them and use this family in when the save file is all uploaded, you can change up the room as she gets older. And I also added a few wall items here as well, like the clouds. I think I added did I add the tree? No, I don't think I did. I added the pride flag as well, and some cute little pictures with the lights on the walls too. So just a cute little room. As I always have to remember that we are on a budget, so just adding the little essential bits I think would look cute. In this hallway space as well, I never really know what to put in my hallways, especially when they're quite large. So with this, I just added the normal things that I would do, like the coat rack and the umbrella rack. And I think it turned out looking quite cute. Now upstairs, we then had Marcel and Kobe's bedroom with a private ensuite bathroom. And I was quite skeptical at first. I was going to put the 2-bedroom, oh, I've got hair in my mouth. I was going to put the 2 bedrooms upstairs, but there was just no room. Like, I hadn't actually realised how small the upstairs was when I'd started building it. But I kind of just went with it, and I think it looked quite cute in the end, having Lillian's bedroom downstairs and then Kobe and Marcel's upstairs. So I do think it did work out, and it went okay in the end, which is the main thing. But no, yeah, I'm really, really happy with how this build turned out. And just a fantastic story as well. I think Mark really, really made a beautiful set of Sims, a beautiful family, with the most beautiful backstory. So I really wanted to make them a beautiful house to go with it all. Now, what I also love about this is the way that Kobe and Marcel met. So Kobe was at a gig, Marcel was playing at the Grand Sim Stadium, which sounds like the best stadium ever in The Sims. And then they went to a bar afterwards and bumped into each other at the bar. And then from there, they realised that they were meant to be. So then obviously they both took a back seat with their careers and focused on each other. I feel like the fact that they are now so strong and they are so loving and supportive of one another, that they can now go and focus on their careers as well as focusing on their family, is just amazing. And you can just imagine them supporting each other. So Marcel supporting Kobe being a art teacher, and Kobe supporting Marcel in becoming a famous musician like he once was, going on playing at the Grand Sim Stadium. It is just awesome. I also added a little space for the cat as well here, because I did add a water bowl and some toys outside. But then I ended up, there was some spare space in the hallway. So I ended up making that a place for the cat only to go, where you can add the little cats and dogs door thing. So I thought that was quite cute to have as well. So the cat can have a little area just to get away, and what are they called? The cat tree things, I think, where they can climb up and sleep on it. I thought that was quite cute as well. And that is the finished build, and I adore it so incredibly much. Okay, and here we've got the finished bargain bin for our Nixon family. I did end up adding a little bit over in the garden section as well that I didn't record on video. I completely forgot. Other than that, I'm very, very happy with how this build has turned out. I did try my best with the interior as well. I did the garage conversion and had that split into an area for Kobe to do his art and for Marcel to create music and practice making music. And then the interior overall, I feel, is quite kind of modern in a little way, but then quite cozy as well. I hope you lot enjoyed the 5th episode in our Save File series. I really did love this house actually, and I love the family as well and their backstory and just everything about them, from the way they met to having their daughter and then to wanting to focus on their career as well and just provide for their family. I really do love this story, and I hope you lot do too. Remember to upload your Save File Sims to the gallery using the hashtag Tazkabaz save file so that I can create lots and lots of builds all based around your Sims. And if you did enjoy this video, then please give it a like, pop a comment down below, let me know what you think, and hit that subscribe button for more. Take care, and I will see you next time. Paz out.